Hi guys, welcome to another video. I have just unboxed my gorgeous Hermes Constance, which is just here. It is here and I absolutely love it. But I have got myself into trouble. I have, because a little while ago I did a video in which I said I had 5 reasons not to buy the Constance. And yet I have one in my hands. So, what does it all mean? Have I just been talking absolute rubbish? Have I changed my mind? Am I eating my words? What is this all about? Let's get going. And wait for later, because I am going to contradict myself and I'm going to tell you that I was wrong. I was wrong. Am I a hypocrite? Am I telling you the truth? What is this all about? Well, I thought let's recap what I actually said in that previous video, because I have been pulled up on it and that is absolutely fine. One of my subbies has questioned why I did a video a while ago and suddenly now I have a Constance. So I thought let's recap what I actually talked about in that previous video, and then we can just say, you can make your own mind up. You can make your own mind up, because you guys are very clever. You are very smart and you don't actually need me to explain anything, I am sure. Anyway, so the first reason, I said I had 5 reasons not to buy the Constance. Oh, let's just say before we get going that the video that I made was more than a year ago. So time has passed. Secondly, I was holding in my hands in that video the Constance 24. This is a Constance 18. Just putting that out there. So the first reason I said not to buy a Constance was the price. And I stand by that. The price of these are absolutely crazy. Absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, I bought one. I bought a 24. I sold it. I sold it, and now I have an 18. So am I going absolutely crazy? Probably. Anyway, the price of these are insane. This was £6,930. A fortune. We will come on to why I actually think it's not completely ridiculous. I'll talk about that later, but for now, the price is ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. So of course, that is the first reason not to buy one, because who in their right mind is going to spend that on a bag? Who? Just absolutely bonkers. So that is the first reason that most of you guys will be completely put off by the price of it. So I stand by that one. I also said in that video that the Constance 24 cost me more than either of my Kellys. And again, that's true. That is true. And there was a slight time difference between when I bought the Constance and the Kelly in the first place. That might have something to do with the pricing. But the fact that a Constance is a similar price to a Kelly, I was talking about back then, was, to me, most people would go for a Kelly if they had the option. So I sort of stand by all of that. I do. It hasn't stopped me buying one, evidently, because it's here. But that was the first reason for me saying it might put you off buying a Constance, because actually when you realise how much money they are, it is ridiculous. The second reason that I said you should not buy a Constance, or you may be put off buying a Constance, is the strap drop. Now, bear in mind that I was talking about the Constance 24, which is obviously a bigger bag than this. The 24 refers to the size of the bag. So this is an 18, which is 18 centimetres. The 24 is 24 centimetres. It is slightly bulkier. It's a bigger bag. It's a much bulkier, bigger bag. It was a beautiful bag. It's a gorgeous bag, but the strap drop on it was different to the Constance 18. And what that actually meant was that I had to either wear it doubled up like this, or I could wear it as a long shoulder strap like this, but obviously it didn't have as big a strap drop as this one. And therefore I couldn't wear it crossbody. I couldn't wear it crossbody. And I do think for most of the time, I like either a top handle or I like it to be crossbody. If it's neither, I find it really annoying, and I find it with my Chanel Jumbo Classic Flat. Again, I have to wear it doubled up. It's the only way that I can wear it, and therefore it sits on the shelf. It does. So that one's annoying as well. So again, I stand by that. However, the Constance 18 goes crossbody. It goes crossbody. And that for me, and I know people say this, and this word is so annoying, but it's true. It's a game changer. It is for me. If it doesn't have a top handle, it has to go crossbody for me. And therefore, the fact that the 18 goes crossbody changes everything in that respect. So I stand by it for the 24, and that's what I was talking about in that video, but the 18 is completely different. Completely different. The third reason that I came up with why you shouldn't buy the Constance was, again, the 24 that I was talking about, but it was actually about the wear and tear. And what I meant by this was the hardware. The hardware on the 24 size that I had before was gold, but it was a shiny hardware, and it scratched to high heaven. I didn't use that bag that much, and it scratched so badly. And it is because obviously the Constance opens up in between here, so as you're putting this back together, it's easily scratched. Actually trying to get this back in place, you end up scratching the sides. It also shows every single fingerprint and speck of dust and everything else, and I found that really annoying. And on the 24, the H, the actual clasp, is bigger because the bag is bigger, and it was so noticeable that it had the scratches. So again, I stand by that, but what I found with this one, this has got the brushed hardware. So the reason that I said in that previous video does not apply to this one, because hopefully this will scratch less. We will see, and I will do my best. I'll keep you up to date with the wear and tear, etc. But that eliminated it for me, which is again another reason why I decided to go for the Constance 18. Okay, the fourth reason that I said on that video as to why not to buy a Constance, again, was referring to the size 24, and it was the resale value. The Constance 24, because of the reasons I've mentioned before, being slightly annoying with the strap drop, etc., and it's a bigger, bulkier bag, most people prefer the 18, and therefore the 18 is a lot more sought after, and therefore the resale value of this one is completely different to the size 24. So I do think that I stand by that one also, because yeah, what I was sort of saying in that video was, don't buy a Constance, particularly 24, to make money. I don't think you should buy any bag to make money. None of them will make you money unless you are very lucky in the market and you manage to get a box fresh Birkin or something like that and you sell it straight on. But I honestly think, buy the bags that you love. Don't buy thinking that you can make a quick buck on it, because it shouldn't be like that, should it? I like the comfort of knowing that if I did want to sell a particular bag, that I do have the comfort that hopefully I can get my money back or near to my money back, that type of thing. But that isn't the sole reason for saying yes to a bag. It should never be the reason to say yes. But particularly with the Constance 24, if you think you're going to buy that and suddenly double your money, you're not. You're just not. So the resale value is not the reason to buy a Constance. Buy it because you love it. Having said that, as I've mentioned, this was nearly £7,000, which is just ridiculous. I hear it, it's ridiculous. However, I have just looked online for purposes of this video only, and I have found 2 or 3 Constance 18 in noir. This is Epsom leather, not with the brushed hardware, because this is very, very rare, but with either a gold or palladium shiny hardware. And they are £14,000, which to me is just ridiculous. But that is double what I did pay for this. And yes, that is from a reseller, and yes, there will be commission and all the rest of it. However, when you say to somebody that you've paid so much for a particular bag, it sounds ridiculous, but the fact that I'm not going to, because I adore this bag, but if I did want to or need to sell it, it actually does make some financial sense, which is just bonkers because it's a bag, but that is the case. So when you think it's ridiculous, it is. I get it, it is, but it does give you that comfort at least. And the fifth reason that I said in that video, the reason you shouldn't buy a Constance, well, I said it's boring. I said it's boring. The one I had obviously was bigger than this, but it was very similar looking. It was black Epsom leather and it had gold hardware. It had shiny, this is brushed, but still, I said it was boring. How wrong was I? Because I absolutely adore this bag, and the minute that the lady, my sales associate, took this out of the dust bag, I just was honestly overwhelmed. And I know, I get it, it's just a bag, I know, but I think it's beautiful. I think it's absolutely beautiful, and I do think because I can wear it crossbody, that has changed everything for me and makes it a lot less boring, because I can wear it how I want to wear it and style it how I want to. However, I just think I was wrong. I don't think the Constance is boring at all. I think, and bearing in mind that this video was more than a year ago, I was going into a phase of trying a few colours, buying some purples and some sparkles and things like that, and 2 or 3 of those bags that I dipped my toe in the water, I have now sold. I have, and therefore I have sort of gone back to my roots and gone back to the things that I just truly love, which is the classics. And for me, there isn't a better bag for me than this. If you'd have said to me right from the very beginning, if you can get a Constance, which one would you actually really like? It would be this combination, it just will. I have always been a black with gold hardware fan. I just have. I've got lots of black bags, and I know it's another black bag, but I love them and I wear them. I know how to style them. I feel comfortable with them. That's what it should be, isn't it? So actually, maybe I was trying to convince myself that this type of bag was boring, and to actually get out of my comfort zone and go for something different. But my heart always goes back to these. When I had the choice of the Picotin, which is over there somewhere, I don't know where it is. It's here, my Picotin. I had the option of 4 different bags in Paris when I was unbelievably offered this. I was offered the black with the gold or with the palladium. I was offered the gold colour leather, which is tan colour, and I think that had, did that have gold hardware? I can't remember if it had gold or palladium. It might have been palladium. Either way, it was tan. And I was also offered a bright red, and I cannot remember what red it was, but something like Rouge Cassac. It was a very bright, I think he called it like a lipstick red, and I just went for this one. And yes, somebody might say, why on earth did you just go for another black? And why did you go for the one with gold? And that is just always my number one preference. So yes, I've got another gold and black bag, but that's what I love. It is what I love. So I was wrong in that previous video. I was wrong. Anyway, I just thought I would clear that up, because I know a couple of people might have been a little bit, you said you shouldn't buy Constance, you did a whole video on it, and then you've gone and bought a Constance, and you had one before and you sold it, so you can't like them. I do like them. I like this one, and I am so thrilled to have this in my collection. So I love it. I love it. And I've always said I love Hermes bags. I do. I just do. And I've always loved them. I've always coveted them. I've always wanted more. I just had a bit of a blip with the customer service, but hopefully we are now all back on track, and yeah, just loving life. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on another one.